All right, let's dive into today's Bitcoin analysis. On the weekly time frame, as you can see, this candle will close in about 21 hours, and it's still very important to me. Today is a key day, something we've been talking about for a few days now. This candle has remained unchanged since yesterday, and its body is small while its wicks are long. This is a doji candle, which can indicate a potential trend reversal. There's a resistance here, and because of this doji, the price might come up and then drop from this resistance zone. That's why it's a very critical candle. If this candle closes just like this, we can't confirm a long position yet. However, as you can see, during this recent upward movement, volume has increased, which is a positive sign for a bullish trend. Even this current candle with the small body has high volume, but the body is so thin that it's not really a good sign. This might actually indicate a possible trend reversal or a drop. If the next candle, the one we'll see after today, comes down a little and closes with a lower shadow longer than the upper one, it can be a good bullish signal. So today is an important day, and you really need to pay attention because this weekly candle can bring major changes in the market. Also, as you can see, the SMA 5 is breaking above the SMA 25. If this candle moves up just a bit more and the lower wick gets longer while the upper one gets shorter and the SMA crossover confirms, then that would be a very strong signal for a continued bullish trend. This level that the price is currently struggling with is the top of a double top, a very significant resistance. You can see that price hit it once and went up, then came back and dropped after touching it again. That's why this resistance is so important. And the broken resistance before this might also play a big role in determining whether the trend continues upward or turns into a drop. So this zone is very important and should be watched closely. The weekly RSI hasn't yet reached the overbought zone, which is another indication that the bullish trend could still continue, and there's room for more upside. If today's candle closes with a bigger body and a longer lower wick, and that coincides with the SMA breakout, then that's even better because we'd have trend confirmation, volume support, and SMA crossover. All of this together would give us a strong signal for a long-term bullish position on Bitcoin. But if the candle closes the way it is now, I suggest you don't open a new position yet. Wait for a better confirmation candle with a larger body. Otherwise, if you enter now, there's a chance it drops and hits your stop loss unnecessarily. For those of you who already opened a position with us around $103,000 BTC, which is exactly below this candle, just hold your position and move your stop loss to the entry point, like I mentioned yesterday. If your stop loss was here, adjust it now to your entry. So in case the trend changes and we get a sharp drop with a big red candle, you'll at least break even instead of taking a loss. Some of you are thinking about closing the position to lock in some profits, but my suggestion is to hold the position. Bitcoin positions should generally be held long term. As you can see, from here to here, Bitcoin gives you around 20 to 23% returns. But if you enter altcoins like Solana at the same time, you could get up to 40% because Bitcoin has a larger trading volume, meaning less price fluctuation. So if you're opening a position on BTC, it should be for the long term. If you entered here, don't worry. It's not a problem. Just move your stop loss to the entry and don't panic if the price comes back down. Worst case scenario, you break even. It's like the position never existed. Most importantly, stick to your strategy. Being emotionally disciplined is more important than any technical pattern, indicator, or strategy. Because if you can't control your emotions, you'll end up opening positions impulsively. Here, here, here. And that's how you lose your entire capital. Emotions are your biggest enemy. If I want to prepare the Bitcoin analysis for you on the daily time frame so that we can open a position earlier, you can see that Bitcoin was in an uptrend. And this is exactly the point where I told you that this sharp drop was because of forming a higher low. And just like you see, it touched this low and came a bit higher and then shadowed it. This itself can be a sign of a trend change. Because when we have a candle where the upper shadow is long and the lower shadow is short, and this happens in an uptrend, it can be a sign of a trend reversal. If we want to see such a candle in a downtrend, The lower shadow should be long and the upper shadow short, and this can be a sign of a trend reversal in a downtrend. So right now, Bitcoin is in a sensitive zone that could be important for us. Therefore, today we should fully focus on the chart, both because of the weekly candle and the daily candle. Just like you see, here we had 3 candles, 3 days in an uptrend, and with 1 candle in 1 day, it engulfed all 3 days. This can itself be a bearish sign because it's also been a long time that Bitcoin has been in an uptrend. As you can see, Bitcoin has been in an uptrend for about 46 days now, and this uptrend mostly happened without the entry of sellers. Sellers were few during it, so it can indicate that sellers are gathering their strength for a trend reversal. So we set our entry point at the point where, if at least the trend wants to change, we would take a 0% loss, meaning we neither make a profit nor a loss and break even, so at least we avoid losses from the stop. Now, when can we open a short position? We can open a short position when this price comes down. If it comes and breaks this low, we can open a short position. Why? Because this is the previous low. And just as we know, in an uptrend, we form higher highs and higher lows. And we can say our trend has changed when it breaks this low, then makes a lower high. And after breaking this point, we can open our short position. Now, if you want to open earlier, you can open your short position right at this break. But I personally wait for Bitcoin to not only break, but also form a lower high. And with the break of that, I open the short position. Why? Because Bitcoin can come down to this point, then make a higher high and continue its trend. So forming a lower high is very important for us. We can wait for the lower high and then the break of that low to open our short position. But if we want to open a long position and you feel like you've missed it, don't worry at all. Because here we have a very strong resistance. This is actually the same previous high. So in an uptrend, this is a previous high, and with the break of this point, we can even open our long position. So if we've missed it, we can open our long at this break. But my suggestion is to wait for now and not open any positions until either this point breaks or that point breaks for the short. If I want to analyze it for you on the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, here it was in an uptrend. Just as you can see, it was making higher highs and higher lows, then suddenly made a lower high. Now with the break of this point, if we want to look at the 4-hour time frame, we can open our short position. But because Bitcoin is on a very important candle in the weekly time frame, and that candle might go up and just cause a sharp price increase, my suggestion is not to open a position on Bitcoin today, even if it gives you a position, even if it breaks this point and you can open a position. But my suggestion is to wait, because today is a very important day for Bitcoin. And if that candle on the weekly closes like that, there's a high chance that Bitcoin will dump hard and even correct down to 100K. Because just like you see, here around 100K, 101K, we have a very strong resistance. So it could dump down to this zone for a correction in the weekly trend, because it has gone up a lot and a correction is likely. If I want to analyze Solana for you, Solana in the daily time frame, just like I told you a few days ago, it's in an uptrend, and this uptrend has good strength. Just like you see, at one point the volume dropped, and at another the volume increased. And recently, volume has increased, which can be a good sign. But just as you see, we broke our trend here. If we pay attention with this candle that we've just formed now, we can open a position if we want to open a short position and accept the risk that there's a chance Bitcoin might pump to the upside. We can open your short position with the break of this point, meaning the low that exists here, because if it breaks here, it shows that our trend has changed from bullish to bearish, and we can open a position with the break here since a lower high has also been made, which is we can open a position, but it should give a confirmation below and also have good volume, because good volume is very important and it can show whether this candle is fake or not. Now, if we want to open a long position on Solana, open a position with the break here. If Bitcoin pumps and goes up, you can also open your long position with the break of this point for a pump in Solana. Now, if I want to explain Link for you, in the daily time frame, Link is in the same trend we've been referring to for several days. Let me draw this trend again for you so you can see. Link has even broken this, and the candle that broke it even gave confirmation below this too. So you can even open a short position on Link right now. And if I want to give you a suggested target, you can take here, but there's a chance it might come back up. Why? Because Bitcoin might, if its candle becomes strong, manage to pump. But still, we can open a position. It's a good position. It's worth hitting stop loss because it has exactly followed our strategy and has exactly broken this low. So we can open a short position, and the distance to our target, which is here, is around 10%, which can give a good profit. And with 10x leverage, you can even double your money. That is, if you put in 10, you take out $20. That means your money becomes exactly 100%, you get 100 profit, and your position closes nicely. Now, if I want to give you confirmation for Link, currently we don't have any specific confirmation. Why? Because as you can see here, the RSI is in the middle, and this can't give us any confirmation for either a long or a short position. Also, the volume of these last two candles has recently decreased, the volume of our downtrend, which can be a bad sign for us. So what can we do? We can open your short position. Even if it comes lower from that point, you can open your short position. It might come and return around here. To be safe, you can set your target a bit higher, so if it comes and returns with a shadow, at least your position gets closed. If I want to take a look at the chart in the 4-hour time frame, in the 4-hour, you can open a position. Yes, in the 4-hour, you can open a position with the break of this point. Why? Because here is a top that after the top, a lower high was made, and if it breaks this line, it shows that our bullish trend has returned. Because we were in a bullish trend and then made a lower high, we can open a position with the break here. Because it shows exactly this is where a higher high was made. Here you can close your long position and set your target there because it's very important. If I want to give you confirmation on RSI, RSI is still, just like exactly Solana, in the middle zone. If our RSI comes down and breaks our lower line and enters the oversold zone, it can be a very good confirmation for us because it shows that selling has increased, and we can even open our short position with the break here. Of course, if it happens at the same time as the break of this point, that is, if it comes here, creates a higher high here, and then breaks this, and this break happens at the same time as the break of the RSI oversold line, it can be a good sign for us. Just like you can see here, exactly here that it made a lower high, the SMA 5 came and the SMA 9 came and broke SMA 25 and SMA 99 from top to bottom, which was a selling sign for us. After that, the price dropped. Now if the SMA 5 and SMA 9 and SMA 25 come up, and the SMA 99, it can be a bullish trend. If at the same time it happens with the break of this higher high and lower high, it becomes a much better confirmation for us because it shows that we are acting strongly and we can have good profit and a sharp price increase. But the RSI for the bullish trend doesn't give us confirmation yet because as you can see, we can't do anything for now. Since it's still low, it's at the bottom. But in a bullish trend, it can give us confirmation with the break of this point. If I want to analyze ARB for you, for now, its condition isn't good. Its candles have been so bad that we can't even consider it a proper top. Where can we open a position now? If we want to tell you a distant position, we can come and stand with the breakout of this point. Now open your long position. It's still too far, so ARB is not important for us right now. But let's take a look at the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, we can form a trend here if it continues like this. But for now, we need a bottom because drawing a trend needs two tops and two bottoms. And our trend has currently made two tops. As you can see, this is one top and this is another top, and one top is formed. If it comes here and turns back, we can, wherever it turns back, we can draw based on that bottom and we can move within this trend. For example, if our trend goes like this, we can stand and open our long position with the breakout of this point. Or if it goes like this and the trend lines are apart from each other and it comes here, we can take a long position here. If it hits here, we can take a short position. Or with the breakout of this point, we can take our long position. If I want to explain to you on render, render is exactly like Link in its situation. It has made two tops and one bottom. If it creates a new bottom, we can draw our trend line. Or if the price turns back from right here, meaning if it goes like this, we can draw our trend line like this, which is a very good sign. We can open a very good position with it if we open it well. Now, if I want to analyze the 4-hour time frame for you, render is exactly like ARB in its situation. And here it hasn't made a good top. Of course, you can open a position, but in my opinion, it could have made a better top. So where can we open? We can stand and open a position with the breakout here. Or if Bitcoin comes back and wants to drop, we can open your short position with the breakout of this point. As you can see, here the SMA 9 has also broken the SMA 25 and 99 downwards, which can be a very good sign. And also, volume from this point to this point where the drop started has decreased, which could be a sign of weakness in the downward trend. And we can either open a risky position with the breakout here if you want to open a position, or you can wait for the breakout here and open your long position with more confidence. If we want to check RSI 2, it's in the middle and doesn't give us any position unless it breaks below or above, doesn't tell us anything. But if I want to check render on the weekly time frame, as you can see, render was a top in an uptrend. After that, it was still in an uptrend, and after that, it made a lower bottom, which here can be a good sign. With the breakout here, we can even open a position, and render might be destroyed at that time. But we can also wait, and it might come and make a higher bottom. And then with the breakout here, we can open our long position. And if that coincides with SMA 25 being broken upwards by SMA 9, it can be more reliable because that gives us better confirmation. But RSI is still in the middle range and doesn't give us any confirmation. As you can see, it's created a trend like this. Let me make it better, sorry. TAI also. You see, it's a very good trend. If our trend continues here and comes to touch our trend line and then stabilizes above it, we can expect a strong price growth inside TI. And we can set our target here. Up to this point, the price has about 150% growth, which can give us a very good position. So we should at least keep an eye on TI this year because it can give us a very good long-term position this year. Because 150% is no joke. Even if you open it with 10x leverage, you make 1,500% profit. It's really good and great, though this is a long-term position and might even take up to 2 years. But still, with a small portion of capital, you can open your long position and stay in and multiply your money. And during that time, you can open positions on other coins. That's why you should only put a small amount of your capital into this position. Because the stop loss, as much as it gives a lot of profit, it also needs a big stop loss. At the very least, we should put our stop loss at 38%. Using the capital management formula, you can calculate the size of the position you want to open, and if you haven't seen it, definitely go to the technical analysis playlist right here on our YouTube channel and start watching. If you like trading and want to analyze yourself and be able to take positions and identify good signals and distinguish bad signals and not just open positions randomly or jump in on every signal, position niching. Even when I say my own signal, it's so you can make better analyses and take better positions so you know what's happening in the market. At least if one of your friends asks, you'll know what's going on in the market. The rest of the coins are exactly almost like this. If I want to give you a position in IMG, you can open your long position with the breakout of this point. If I want to give you a target, you can set your first target here if you want to go for a nearby target. If you want to go further, you can set your second target here, or you can close your whole position here, or close all of it at the second target. The first target is 14%, and the second target is 445%, which can give us very good positions. If I analyze IMG for you on the 4H, it currently has strong resistance here. As you can see, we were in an uptrend, then made a lower high. If it breaks this line that's here, meaning the bottom it had made, it shows that our trend has changed from bullish to bearish, which can be a very good position for us. We can open our short position, and our minimum target can be here, which has about 7% distance from here to there. If we want to open a long position, we can wait and enter the position with the breakout of this lower high that it made. If it breaks that, it shows that our bullish trend is continuing, and it was just a correction and some hype in the market. The rest of the coins are also more or less like this. And we don't need to give you more positions. As you know, and I've been repeating behind your back for days, you don't need to open all the positions. You open only 2 positions at most and make your profit with them. So there's no need to open positions with big capital on all the coins and think that we're missing the market. So don't worry at all. 2 to 3 positions are enough, and there's no need for more positions, because with those you can already multiply your capital in 2 or 3 times. Note that we're trading, we're not gambling. If you want to get rich overnight, go gamble. This isn't for you. Trading is like a job. If you can't look at it like a job, it will crush you. You must look at trading like a job. When you get a job, it takes at least 3-4 years until you can reach a good income. So trading is the same. The only difference with other jobs is what? That in 3 to 4 years of effort, you'll be more comfortable than other jobs, like sitting at home under the AC with any tools you want, eating whatever you want, not having to listen to a boss nagging you. But you can make money for yourself, you can invest, you can grow your money, and all the responsibility is on your own shoulders. So you must not lose your money, and the only thing you must do in trading is survive. Surviving in trading is more important than making money. You have to try to make correct positions, not to increase your lot. If you're entering the market with the mindset of just increasing your money, it's a good goal. But until your goal is not making correct trades, the chance of winning is lower. So try to make correct trades first. Then the money will come towards you on its own. That's it. The rest of the coins are exactly like this, and we can't give you more positions. Their conditions are like this. You can open positions on any of these coins based on the characteristics I mentioned. That's it. I really hope this was useful for you. And if you liked the video, you can subscribe to our channel, like our video, and hit the bell. So whenever we upload, you'll be the first to know. If you want 3-4 signals daily and want to see coins that pump daily, either crazily or normally, although we're not prophets and predicting the market is not possible at all because the market is very lawless. If you want to know the coins that can give good profits daily, you can join our Telegram. And if you want more than 4 coins daily and more than 4 signals, you can join our VIP. It's a small fee, not mandatory at all. Even if you don't, no problem. What matters is you're with us and can make a profit. What matters is that my goal is for you to be able to build a life for yourself. And my goal is not to make money at all. It's not important to me at all, whatever you're comfortable with. It's not important to me at all. The only thing that matters is that you can make progress. Your progress is my main goal, and the only reason I'm doing this is your progress. So that more people can come into trading and understand that trading is not gambling, and realize that trading is a job itself, and they can stand on their own feet and support their wife and kids and make their wife, kids, and family proud. So if you liked it, you can join. If not, no worries at all, bro. And about the VIP conditions, which I posted on Instagram, if you go to our main Instagram page, the ID is WhalePostPro. In the bio, I put the admin's ID. If you message him, bro, if the problem is money, you can message him. We'll talk to you ourselves and solve everything. Don't worry about that stuff at all. And that's it. If you want to participate in the trading competitions we'll have in the future, when the team grows, or in the giveaways we'll do when we reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you want to earn money, if your problem is that you can't make money through trading, you can join our Discord. Or you can learn technical analysis yourself and improve yourself and shine in the trading competitions we'll host. No cost at all. You just have to post signals, and if the signals turn out right, our admins will check them in the future and give you a rank, give you some money. I'll explain all of this in detail for you when our team gets bigger. That's all. Love you guys so much. I hope the video was useful for you. Don't forget to respect your parents. They always want what's best for you, except for some specific parents. But I hope your parents are always good, healthy, and well. Always show them respect. May your pockets be full of money, your head safe and sound. Until the next video and the next analysis, goodbye.